Insurance premiums in Florida hiked 100. I'm a landlord in Tampa Bay area. The premiums last year jumped about 40 in my area. This year is a total mess. Average about 103 on all types. We have from condos, multifamily buildings, and townhomes. P.S. We have not claimed anything in the past. Who do you guys have as your insurance company? What are your thoughts about this biggest scam of all time? Insurance companies hire actuaries for a "you in danger" girl. The fact that so many companies have left the state should also tell you that it is expensive and unprofitable. I sold my Florida properties, took my gains to GA. The annual insurance hikes were not worth it. It's only going to get worse in the future. Sell ASAP. All companies charge the same. You're not going to find insurance 50 cheaper. Just consider yourself lucky to even be able to get insurance at all in a place where any given hurricane season can spell billions in property damage. If you've been following the news, you'll notice that most of the big providers have stopped issuing new policies altogether in areas of California with wildfire risk. It's just not worth it for many of these companies. Sorry to be blunt, but have you considered they see risks on the horizon you're not fully considering? You're referring to the scam of living in a disaster zone and expecting others to cover the expense, correct? What are your thoughts about this biggest scam of all time? I guess you'd rather the insurance companies leave your state completely. Many have done just that. Billions have been paid out in claims. You could always not pay for the insurance and self-insure. Florida has been subsidized by FEMA for too long. Party is over. Time to pay for actual risk of living there, your tenants. I work in insurance. If things don't go the way big insurance wants, expect a non-renew sometime in the future, especially in a very litigious state like FL. Disclaimer: I'm just a cog in an evil, corrupt, yet necessary industry. I go through existential crises every couple of months. It's not really a scam. Florida insurance rates are high because of hurricanes and terrible government policy that allows people to scam insurance companies regularly. What are your thoughts about this biggest scam of all time? What makes you think it's a scam? You do realize the risk your location is in, right? Probably should have considered this if you're investing in Florida. So all the zero income taxes you pay, this is the offset. You aren't overpaying now. You're finally paying an appropriate rate. LOL posts to Airbnb subs. Man, read the room. I don't know if you belong to USAA, but I was able to get much cheaper insurance from them for a house in Louisiana, which also has a lot of issues with insurance right now. How is it a scam? You live in a state where condos have collapsed, properties get destroyed every year due to weather, and you think insurance companies are making money there? It's a business, please remember that. You've had multiple big-wig insurance companies pull out of FL and other Gulf states because it's not sustainable. Scientists: climate change is coming. GOP LOL. Scientists: climate change is here. DeSantis LOL. Floridians keep voting red. Insurance agents: peace out Floridians. How could this happen to us? Go and cry to so-called pro-business party and its owner, who will simply say climate change is too woke and it's not their problem, and believe deregulation is the best and controlling insurance premium is socialist agenda. All those Republicans voters in FL will reap what they sow. Good luck dealing with that, smiley face. The reason the costs are going up is the risks are going up. If you think your insurance is a scam, pay cash, and don't get insurance. And pay cash the next time hurricane comes through and rip the top off your house. My insurance in Fort Lauderdale was $9,500 a year for a townhome 14 miles inland. Auto insurance was $232 per month. Here in Ohio it's $1,200 a year for a house twice the size. Auto insurance is $26 per month. Florida is an insurance nightmare. You live in a high-risk state, and insurance companies don't want to lose their asses. I feel for you, but you choose to live there. So, you're gonna have to pay and live with the cost of the risk you take by doing so. I just see a still subsidized price of insurance to live in a hurricane-prone, flood-prone area. Your other alternative is to self-insure, save a pot of money, invest it, and use it when you need repairs. Good thing the majority of the last 2 legislative sessions were spent teaching Disney not to be woke. Now that ideological victory has been achieved over the state's largest employer, I'm sure the state government will have a solution to the insurance crisis as soon. Property owners in Florida have to acknowledge that their real estate is in an inherently risky area as far as possible natural disasters go. For a long time the Florida government has made insurers spread the risk of these abundant high-risk areas around the state, causing everyone's rates to jump to adapt to these increasing risks. As these wind and water issues get worse, rates go up. This is just the start. Florida is a risk management nightmare in the long term. I mean, I work at an insurance company and can tell you it's only going to continue to get worse for nearshore properties, smiley face. Premiums take into account the assessed risk of a property, pretty much the chance that claims will need to be paid on said property. I literally provide the data, analytics and outputs that fulfill insurance premiums rating across a major carrier in Florida. The market is on a downward trend. We are considering pulling out. The liability is so high that I'd guess in 3-5 years, you'll see a massive proportion of homeowners with no insurance. My auto insurance also doubled this year, so it's not even just homeowners. How long before Republican leaders realize carbon taxes, other climate change policies will cost less than denying climate change, putting these burdens on people which are going to only increase in future? The scary thing is, I do not think it's a scam. I think they are charging a lot to cover for worst-case scenarios, and they are probably coming. If not this year, then soon. Florida, home of the hurricanes. Don't expect it to get any better. Perhaps just sell the house and rent. Honestly, Florida flood insurance doesn't even cover the costs. The rest of the country has to kick in and subsidize those living in Hurricane Alley. I love to vacation in Florida. Would not own a property there. I'm paying $4,800 miles from Intracoastal. Fine just got renewal for $9,500. The legislators gave their donors dollar, insurance lobby, everything they asked for. Now roof replacement is prorated, like tire hazard, and deductible is typically $10,000 anyway, so you get bupkis. Maybe once DeSantis is finished fighting the Disney woke wars, traveling the world etc., he will have a few minutes to focus on real issues. I would be selling or running away with equity if I had any real estate in Florida. I had kin last year. They raised my rate $1,200 while Open House gave me the same rate I had last year. New policy goes into effect June 30th. I'm in Lakeland. Why do you think it is a scam that reinsurance is so expensive in places prone to natural disasters and lower in places where natural disasters are unlikely? Insurance companies are not charities. If there is a high risk they will be paying for damages, they have to charge high premiums. Yeah, FL insurance market is fucked. Many companies are just leaving the state and those that remain have skyrocketing rates. In insurance, the goal is to price appropriately for the risk. The risk in Florida is too high to price appropriately or affordably. This is based on historical datasets comprised of hundreds of thousands of policies. Climate change is making southern coastal states uninsurable. It's only going to get worse. Insurance is not a scam and these companies are not stupid. The state government is in denial too, so don't expect help. Why are you calling it a scam? Can you expand on that? You get what you vote for. Capitalism. Good luck with that. What are your thoughts about this biggest scam of all time? This is just capitalism. What do you think should happen? That's how insurance works.